You're going to learn how to enjoy Pride events while staying aware, prepared, and safe. You'll understand what risks actually exist at large Pride gatherings, how to recognize when something feels off, and how to use a simple framework to protect yourself and the people you care about without living in fear and dimming your joy. Before we begin, I want to say something clearly. This video is not about fear. It's about coming home. If you're part of the LGBTQ plus community, especially right now, you already move through the world with a certain awareness. Some of you celebrate loudly, some of you celebrate carefully. Both are valid. I'm the preparedness coach, former Army, former law enforcement, but I'm also a lesbian. I've protected Pride events in uniform, and I've stood in the crowd holding my fiance's hand. This conversation comes from both sides, not politics, not paranoia, preparation, because visibility deserves structure. Now, let's talk about how to celebrate fully and go home safely. My background isn't theoretical. I'm a former police officer and work alongside multi agency law enforcement teams. I've helped protect large public events, including Pride events, from real world threats. But I'm also part of the LGBTQ plus community. I don't speak about Pride from the outside. I speak as someone who has stood in uniform protecting Pride events and as someone who has stood in the crowd celebrating alongside you. And at the same time, Pride events are large symbolic gatherings. That visibility matters, but it also means we have to be honest about risk. Preparedness does not cancel celebration, it protects it. Why I'm making this video now. I recently appeared on the podcast Made It Out, which is a queer centered podcast with a younger audience. Many people listening are navigating identity, community, and safety for the first time, often at Pride events. Last year, at the Stonewall Pride Parade in Wilton Manors, law enforcement stopped a suspect who intended to enter the event with a firearm. An arrest report said once the suspect walked through the detector, the alarm activated, but they kept going forward and ignored commands from security guards to stop. Security at the event then called law enforcement, who also told him to stop, but he refused. Officers chased and then detained him. And when they searched the suspect, they found a loaded handgun and two loaded 9mm magazines. And I was there. I didn't even know it happened until later. That's important because it shows how much protection happens quietly in the background and how much responsibility we still carry individually. If you're watching this and thinking, this should be taught at my Pride board, my campus, my cheer squad, or my women's group, you're right. I build structured safety workshops, especially for women in LGBTQ plus communities. Control, cover, communication. No fear tactics, no political rhetoric. It's just practical tools that make people harder to destabilize in public spaces. If your organization needs this, reach out. Tell me where this conversation belongs. Now, let's continue. Why the LGBTQ plus community faces unique risk. Pride events can attract people who do not align with Pride values. Some come to provoke, some come to harm. This does not mean Pride is unsafe. It means preparedness matters more. Crowds, joy, and vulnerability. Pride events are joyful, emotional, and high energy. Those are beautiful things, but they also affect awareness in large crowds. Vision narrows, sound becomes distorted, phones fail, movement becomes reactive. Most people don't get hurt because they're reckless. They get hurt because they didn't expect conditions to change. Introducing the 3C framework. I teach a framework called the 3Cs: control, cover, and communication. This isn't tactical, it's practical. It's designed for real people in real crowds who want to live their lives fully and still get home safely. Control. Control starts before you arrive. Decide, how long are you staying? What makes you leave? How much energy are you willing to spend? Emotions at Pride are powerful. Pride is personal, but emotional overload reduces decision quality. Leaving early is not weakness, it's judgment. Cover. Cover does not mean hiding. It means positioning yourself intelligently. Know where entrances and exits are. Avoid bottlenecks, also known as choke points. Stay near edges when possible. You can celebrate fully without standing in the most compressed part of the crowd. Distance buys time, awareness buys options. Communication. Communication is where most people fail. Before you go, decide rally points. Decide what happens if someone is separated. Decide when to leave together or separately. Phones will not save you. Planning will. From simple target to difficult target. I want to be very clear here. This is not about paranoia, it's about reducing vulnerability. Predators look for distraction, isolation, and confusion. Prepared people are less attractive targets because they move with intention. Joy and safety can coexist. You can be soft and structured. You can be visible and steady. You can celebrate and come home safely. If this video made you think differently, subscribe. I create preparedness content for real people living real lives. And remember, preparedness plus readiness equals resilience. So stay ready so you don't have to get ready.